right, Brad, now that the feeling has settled, I know you spoke post-game as well, but anything new to share about just the season being over?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's disappointing, when you don't achieve your goal. You know, regardless of where the expectations were to start the season. Not internally. I think internally we all expected to have a good year. But from the outside noise and kind of where everyone had projected our team to be, we grew a ton. There was a lot of things we had to overcome this year, a lot of changes. We had a ton of new guys, a lot of young guys come in, and we lost some huge pieces of this group with Bergie and Kretsch and some of the older guys. The way we came together and what we built, the team, the coaching staff did an incredible job at putting a game plan in place that was going to allow us to have success. And we grew so much as a group. But at the end of the year, like, we were doing so well, and we thought that we could get it done. And that's the tough thing about playoffs is that you're one play away from changing the series and changing the outcome. There's a lot of things you can look at in the series that if we would have capitalized on an opportunity or two, it could have been a much different series. And it's tough to see it end the way it did when you look at that. But definitely a lot that we can take away and be happy about and look forward to improve upon next year. I think with the base of what we have and now the new outlook of our group and the new core, you can look at next year and be excited and look to improve upon that. I don't want to sit here and say it was a huge success this year because at the end of the day, we play for a cup, and that's what you build for the entire season is an opportunity to be in the playoffs and to ultimately win. So we accomplished a goal by getting in the playoffs, but we didn't accomplish the ultimate goal.
What do you want to do as a captain as far as leadership now going forward in the offseason with this group and, as you said, get to where you want to be able to battle for a Stanley Cup?
It'll be a lot easier next year coming into the season. This year, there was a lot of unknowns, just even who was going to be the captain and how our team was going to look. But going into summer and then going to the next training camp, it'll be a lot more comfortable and I'll be way more confident, in the role, in the position, just understanding, what it's about, what comes with it, and I think that the year will be a lot easier to start next season, personally. But as a group as well, I think that again, I speak about the new core that we have and the way guys grew this year and new positions and new roles. We have a much better idea of where our lineup's going to look next year. Obviously, there's some holes every year, but that need to be filled. But I think the foundation of our team is there, and we'll be back again next year. And with the structure and the coaching staff that we have, I think it's exciting about the opportunity to accomplish some big things again next year. So, it's still fresh, but I'm excited to get going already.
Brad, how do you look at Pasta's progress in his career in a different kind of evolving role this year, given how the team changed?
Yeah, the last few years especially, he's really come into his own. I mean, from day one here, he was a special player. The way he came in and just his attitude off the ice, so grateful to be here every day. It's so much fun to be around. But he's really grown, especially towards the end of the year. I thought off the ice, it seemed like he had a lot more confidence, leading in the room and being vocal. And then obviously you see his ice on the play. I mean, he just dominates every game. He's a one-man wrecking crew out there. He just controls the play and can make things happen out of nothing. And really led our group this year, especially offensively. He's a generational talent. And he continues to elevate. The scary thing about that is I still think he can be better. I still think there's room for him to improve and the more confidence he gets as a leader and off the ice, it just seems to carry on the ice for him. And he almost seems like he has something to prove every day. So it was great to see him take another step. I still think he can continue to grow. Excited to see where he continues to go.
Brad, the nature of the business is the team you lose to ends up being a sort of a litmus test of where you've got to get to. From the captain's perspective, what do you think gets you over that hump as a team?
I mean, I think we're right there. Florida's a great team. They're very deep. They play what I like about their group is they play a playoff type style. I mean, they're confident in their game and their structure. They play their game without falter, and they just keep going. Like, they don't really change to other teams. They believe in their structure and their system, and if they just keep going, they believe they break through. And with them, they have the confidence to make the plays at the right time. We were, like I said, we were a player or two away from changing the series. We're up 2-0 in Game 4, and we had 3 or 4 grade A opportunities to extend. And if we get up 3-0, this is a different series. So, we're right there. I think with the way that we grew. Again, I think we're right there, and with the potential for this summer. I like where we're going to get, but the margins are so small in this league and in every series. You can. That's why it's such a treat to play in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Going into the season, you never know who's going to be the most dominant team. Like I said, we were wrote off to start the season. We were in a playoff team, and look what we accomplished this year. So, we're up there with the top teams. It's just there's so many things that play out. Whether that Bennett goal doesn't get called, and all it takes is one call from a referee, a penalty, a call from the league, and these series are all different. So I've said it a million times before, but to win a cup, to go the distance, you need everything to line up. You need the right calls, you need the right bounces. Obviously, you need a good team, and you need guys to step up and produce at the right times. But only one team has everything go their way each year, and we didn't get the calls that we needed. We didn't get the breaks that we needed. We didn't get the goals at the right time, so we didn't chip the puck in or ship it out at the times that we needed to make a difference in a series, and that's all it takes. So, do I look at Florida or do I look at these other teams and say we need to get to where they're? No, we're right there. We're good enough. We just didn't get that one more play that we needed, and that doesn't mean that it's not going to come next year. Like, I believe in this group and what we have, and I think that this group can get it done. But you need everything to go your way. And like I said, those calls, those split-second calls where a ref says no goal or he calls it a goal, that's enough to determine, a game in a series. So I'm not putting it on the refs by any means. I'm just saying those can be the difference. A chip puck out can be the difference, right? It's just... you never know what it is until you look back and say, hey, that can be the difference. And so we're right there. I don't look at any team and say we need to be them. Florida's a great team. They're deep. They play physical. They play hard. And they got great goaltending. So they have all the makings of a cup team. So does Dallas. So does Colorado. So does Edmonton. So does Vancouver. They're all right there. But again, it's margins, and just how it plays out.
Brad, do you hope to start talking extension this summer?
Obviously, it's. I can't believe how quick it came. It's now on the table. It will, definitely be a conversation at some point. And we'll go from there. Obviously, I've been here for my whole career, and would love to continue that. So we'll deal with it when the time comes, for sure.
Brad, sorry about that. You're excited about the core. You're excited about some of the youth that came in. Do you also look at the amount of cap space this team has and a possibility of bringing in another impact player?
Yeah, for sure. Impact players are, every player is an impact player. Come playoff time, every depth player is a huge impact player, and that's where you win. So we have a lot of cap space. We have a lot of opportunity. Also, we have some holes that need to be filled with guys that are going to be leaving and contracts that are up. And some of those holes will be filled by guys that are already in this room. Some won't, but with again the foundation we have, the growth guys took. You look at CC and Pav and the way that they filled in those two roles. Took it, ran with it, and both thrived.